Oh God, this room is cold. I've got a new ring light and I'm trying to figure out the best way to avoid that. Really, really difficult. So I've got it like slightly above me and angled down, and I'm sat like far back against the wall. So I apologize if you get any of that during this video. I am trying my hardest to like keep my head down. To be honest, I don't really have too much to say. I'm basically just sort of updating you on, more than anything, the fact that I have moved house. I am no longer in the flat, as you can tell from this very loud wallpaper behind me. I have now moved house. I am not in the flat anymore. The flat at the moment is being de-purpled as we speak. Not as we speak, but there are going to be decorators in the next few days painting it white so that I can rent it out. The purple flat is no more. Sorry, I didn't really give anyone a chance to say goodbye to it. Not that any of you care all that much, I don't think. But yeah, I didn't really film any of the moving process because moving is stressful. There were so many boxes and I feel like I had double the amount of boxes because so much of my stuff was left at my parents' house when I moved to my flat, because my flat was so small that I couldn't fit everything that I owned in it. So that was all boxed up and put in my dad's garage. So now that I live in a house that has enough space to house all of my stuff, my parents unloaded, and rightfully so, everything from their garage into my living room downstairs. So I've got everything from my flat and everything from my parents' house in the house. The majority of the boxes contain books, but I feel like that's because I tried to be clever and I half filled the box with books and then half filled with clothes, because if you fill a whole box with books, it's just gonna be impossible to lift. So that means all of my books were spread over more boxes than you would expect because they're only half filled with books. I actually don't really want to get rid of this wallpaper. I do quite like it. I think it's Laura Ashley, but the only problem is that it's on every wall in this room. It's not just a feature wall, it's on every wall in this room. And the curtains, it matches the curtains. This house was built for the people who lived in it before me in the 70s, and I don't think it's been decorated since. It's pretty stuck in time. The carpet I'm sat on is green. Yes, you heard me, green. It matches like these bits. Yeah, it's a lot, it's a lot. There's another room that's like got white and blue printed wallpaper, and it's got like various little like tableaus of like Cupid and a girl getting water from a well, and again, it'd be fine if it was just the one wall. It's every wall and the curtains again. It's so much. It's just so much noise in one room. So someone posted on my Instagram picture of this wallpaper actually saying that they couldn't wait to see a house tour. And I just kind of just wanted to, that was just noise, what I just said then. And I kind of just wanted to explain why I don't think I'm gonna do a house tour. No, I know I'm not gonna do a house tour, I'm just trying to be polite. I'm not gonna do a house tour, at least not anytime soon, and by anytime soon I mean like maybe for a year, maybe two. I replied to that comment, which was a few days ago now, saying I didn't want to do a house tour because I kind of just wanted to keep my house mine. YouTube's just a funny environment in which if you give people an inch, they take a mile. And I say this knowing that it's a minority. I say this knowing that the majority of the people who watch this video are kind, respectful, lovely, normal human beings. I just burped halfway through that sentence, I'm so sorry. But there is a minority that are a bit too, I want to know everything. And so I was already a little bit cagey about showing people my new house, which is why there's no videos from moving day. There weren't even Instagram stories from moving day apart from like me saying goodbye to every room in my flat. I was just sort of very cagey about what I was sharing. And I just want to get cozy and comfortable and familiar with my house before I let other people in. And then I had a bit of a fiasco yesterday where I woke up to an Instagram message from a teacher who said that she had walked into school and one of her pupils was asking her whether it was illegal to share people's addresses online because she'd found the link to my address online via other people sharing it. And so yeah, people found my address and have been sharing it online. And it's one of those things where I'm like, people probably would have found out where I lived anyway, because that's apparently just what happens. Like, people found where I lived at my flat, and people followed me home, and I had anonymous handwritten letters sent to the flat, and I had people stand outside my window and call up. You know, people get curious and people find out where you live. I just didn't expect it to happen before I'd even unpacked. So I had a bit of a day yesterday where I was just very upset about that. And I think I was just more upset about the fact that the people who were sharing the address didn't understand why that wasn't acceptable. Move on, we move on, we move on. So yeah, if I wasn't cagey already about sharing things to do with my house and my space, then I definitely am more so now. Even before that happened, I was sort of set on not doing a house tour or sharing this space, because I've just learned with YouTube that once you push a boundary too far, it's very hard to get it back. So if I am gonna ever show bits of my house, it's gonna be sort of like bit by bit in increments. And not because I feel like I have to, but naturally I feel like people are going to see this house because I'm a YouTuber and part of my job is to make videos, and also just life, you know. Even if I wasn't a YouTuber, I'd still have Instagram and I'd still probably take pictures in this house, and you know, people are just naturally going to see bits of this house anyway. I just don't really like the idea of doing a house tour because that's just a lot in one go, and that's too much. That's too much for me. And also, as Emma Blackery pointed out, and many other people pointed out, but Emma was the first to say it to me, doing a house tour kind of gives people a blueprint to where your valuables are, especially if you're doing a house tour when your house is fully decorated and everything's in the places that it should be. It kind of just gives anyone who wants to burgle your house, if there is anyone out there, the blueprints to do so, because now they know where all of your stuff is kept. So yeah, I just kind of, I'm not explaining because I feel like I have to, I just feel like so many people have asked about doing a house tour that I thought I'd just give the answer in a video so that I wasn't replying to everyone left, right and centre. I know the majority, I was going to say I hope you understand, but I know the majority of you are normal, lovely, kind human beings who will completely get and respect that. And I don't really care all that much about the minority who won't understand, because they don't sound like people that I want to associate myself with, so it's fine. Thank you to everyone who's been really lovely over the last few days. Moving is stressful. It's more stressful than I expected it to be, and I don't think I realised how stressful it was until a couple of days after I'd moved in, and all of a sudden my immune system just went, I'm done for a little bit, and I got a really bad cold again. So yeah, it was a lot, but huge thanks to Tom and Giovanna and my parents and Oliver, who massively helped me pack all of the last bits up in my flat and load up the truck several times. Say truck, van. Load up the van several times to drive it over here. Thank you. Go team. We did a good job. That's everything. And lots of love. Don't get too attached to this wallpaper because it will be going, as much as I quite like it.